We continue learning Kitzur Yomi. We're in the middle of Siman Mem Vav, the halachos of Macholos Asuros. We are up to Sif Lamed. It says the Kitzur. Noyagin lasois pirois mirukachim. We are noying to make a fruit preservative. Shenaisenis apiros teich saluches, putting fruit into a container machasin, and you cover it v'koisher, and you tie it as piv v'shalapuches behema, with the womb of an animal. They will put it inside a hot oven, so the fruit should become preserved. Be careful that it should be the womb of a kosher animal, and you have to do a dicha and melicha and adacha. Again, I don't know if this is so relevant. Bisman hazeh. We continue with Siman Siv Lamed Al Be'iros and Arsh Mochsing Shevim Meim Talai. Rivers, well springs, that they are muchsik, that they have worms inside. Aser lishtaisen. Achis hanuasan, until you do what? Until you strain it. If you cook in those waters, ish lesar, they are aser. You can't cook meat in it. Because the worms stick onto the food. When you strain the water, with a cloth, then not even a daksha, not even the smallest of worms are going to come through it. Again, because you got to be careful that it's going to reinfect the water. And we continue with Sif Lamed Gimel Chaymesh, vinegar that is wormy, also the Sinon. You cannot even strain it. The tiniest worms in vinegar. Pass through any cloth. Straining is detrimental to the vinegar. It's better not to strain it. A worm that's in a liquid in a vessel, as long as it doesn't emerge from the vessel, it's not aser. While the asina that watch him first, then it's going to go back in. What's best? Is to boil it up, then to strain it. Because it dies through the boiling. Won't come out anymore through straining it. Again, I don't think if anyone has worms in their vinegar, they are eating it. Worms that grow in fruit walls connected to the tree. Asurin, even though they don't move. Sometimes in the fruit, in beans and legumes, a black spot, came into place the worm begins to take form. Cut it out to also cause this is also like the worm itself. Says the Kitzur Sif Lamed Hey Kol Brisha Darka Latzliya Ba'idim Mechuber, any fruit that could have worms while it's on the tree. And Maver love you to be as Chodesh Misha Nidlash, if it's been off the tree for 12 months, Mutter. Ki Kol Bria Shein Bayatzim In Mitkayim Yudbeis Chodesh, because such a Bria cannot live for 12 months. Ukvar Nasek Avra the Alman, it's like the dust of the ground. The concern that it might become wormy after being picked. Any gnats on the outside of the fruit. Again, everyone has to check which fruits nowadays have bugs, don't have bugs, worms and the like, and check them and be careful with them, etc. And afterwards you put it in water and you agitate it properly, and the worms come out and you get rid of them. You put it to boiling water. That if there's a worm in one of them, will die immediately without coming out of the fruit. Should not lie on this except with legumes, lentils that don't have pits. Continues the Kitzur Sif Lamed Vav says the Kitzur. If you have a peri that needs to be checked, you need to open each and every one. You need to go to the pit. To check it properly. Preserving fruit in honey and sugar. If you're making lepkar prune jam, it doesn't have to check part of them. And the reason is, as note 79 points out, since infestation is common, Therefore, what? Therefore, we cannot rely on roiv. You have to actually check each and every one. And this is going to be the difference between something that is muchsak, so that you know that as bal, something that is suspectful, etc. Says the Kitzur Sif Lamed Zayin Lebam Nimsa Bekamach Yitzulam Gedalim in the flour. You find worms. V'sagik Shemnav Loisab enough. It's enough to sift it with a sieve. Sheinat Loim Ivrim. As the worms cannot pass through. However, if mites are in it, loy mahani anafa, then it will not help because those little bugs could pass through the sieve. If you have wheat kernels and fasted, if you could grind them. Something that has worms, but it's not normal to necessarily inspect it for worms. Then, also why? You still have to be worried that the guy might go and flip it and sell it to Yid. So not only cannot sell it, you have to be that concerned that he might flip it. If you can make whiskey, as long as you don't have it around for a long time. Many vegetables have worms. The vegetables, you put them in, singe them in fire, and there's no more bugs. Says the Kitzur. So it sounds like it's not a new invention that people claim fascinating ways to clean and get rid of the worms and whatnot, but you got to be careful it actually works. This is fruit and veggies. And of course, we know nowadays many machlekes, whether it's raspberries or blackberries, and some people say you just can't check it as much as you try. That it's the pit, that's muchzak. Va'aser la'achlai, and then you're going to be not allowed to eat it. We conclude with Sif Mem. Ba'goizim shchicha ma'oyin milbin, and notze has mites. Va'mivchon lazeh. And to know if they are there, when you take out the edible portion of the shell, you hit against something warm, mites come out, again, sunflower seeds perhaps one has to check, other types of nuts. We'll pick it up from Sif Mem Aleph, B'siyata Dishmaya.